How about ano naman, no? Culture and arts and it's linked to financial wellness?
There also, yes, that's a good link because arts especially is a source of income for many Filipinos, not just here but
Mhm.
all over the world. We have,
Right.
for example, I have a few friends who are professional ballet dancers, both here and in different countries.
Mhm.
Teachers of the arts, that's a source of income, for example.
Mhm.
There are many different things.
Mhm.
So the link here is really finding your personal art. And if you're passionate enough about it, you can make it a living.
Mhm.
Um, but when we say financial wellness, I would also like to put the idea na parang even if you're not working in arts, for example, you're working abroad or you're working in an office, for example. You are focusing on your financial wellness because syempre, kailangan mong kumita para mapakain mo yung pamilya mo.
Mhm.
You want to build a future, for example, if you're in the younger ages, you're focusing on building your future.
Mhm.
But the link here also is that we can use arts in
Mhm.
finding the work-life balance. Na,
Mhm.
oo nga, nagtatrabaho ka, but then you have another form of expression na parang pang-outlet mo. Kasi kung masyado
Right.
kang focused, di ba? Kung masyado kang focused, you might get too stressed, you might get burnt out. And this is
Right.
what I think people need to realize na importante ang work-life balance. Na nag-work ka nga, pero meron kang priorities then outside of work, aside from your family,
Yeah.
pwede ding your gym, for example, you like to
Mhm.
work out. That's also a form of art. So there are many different ways to find that work-life balance. I think we just need to weigh out our priorities as much as we can.
Right, oo. So marami tayong mga OFWs na kasama ngayon. As I mentioned, no, from Moscow, from British Columbia, from Hong Kong, from Canada. So they all
Hello,
heard
everybody.
that you were saying na kailangan talaga ng work-life balance. Because most of these overseas Filipino workers talaga, nako, they forget about themselves. They forget about their mental wellness. So laking ano na lang, no? Remittance, remittance, remittance here. So it's a good reminder that narinig nila from you that it's important
Yes.
to balance work and also our health. Ayan. Okay.
Yes.
So how can we maintain pa positive financial and mental health?
Yun. So aside from the work-life balance, it's really about, trying to keep your head above water. Na, oo nga, nagtatrabaho kayo. And personally, everybody, especially those who are, abroad, the OFWs, I really look up to you guys because especially for those of you who have family here in the Philippines, I can
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine how difficult it must be to be away from your families.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you are out there grinding, getting in that finance so that you can help with your families.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's also, I mean, I would personally like to remind you to make sure that you're taking care of your mental health because kung hindi kayo okay, if you're not mentally healthy, then
Mm-hmm.
may hirapan din kayo sa trabaho. So,
Right.
I guess for me, with me, it's really, the answer really is work-life balance. And madali lang siyang sabihin, pero alam kong mahirap talaga siyang gawin.
Uh-huh.
'Di ba? Mahirap talaga siyang gawin kasi syempre minsan you don't have enough time to go to the gym, for example, after work, or you don't have enough time to dance if you like dancing, or to paint, or to draw, or all of that. So it's a challenge. Pero as much as possible, we try to adjust our schedules if we can. Kunyari, if you work a little bit later in the morning, you can wake up earlier so that you can get a workout in, for example, or if you like to run.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health, I think it's important for us to realize that mental health is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Na ito ang core factor kung paano tayo, this is how it's going to help us. This is what's going to help us succeed.
Yeah.
So take care of yourselves. You're taking care of your families, I know, but take care of yourselves.
Right. Oo. And I also get ano no, I also get asked a lot kung tinatanong nila ako, paano ba Sir Vince, paano ba yung mayaman? At ang lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila, well, ang pagyaman is really a state of mind. You could have the least amount of money in the world but still feel very rich. Tama ba?
Yes, I agree. Meron akong times na talagang hindi ko na alam kung ano gagawin ko, but then, I read this book. and it was telling me that even with finances, you just have to remain positive and trust that the universe has got your back. And as
Right.
much as kahit even if that sounds a little bit impractical to you, to some of you,
Mm.
um, sometimes it's just really like that na even if you don't know what's gonna happen to you bukas, kung wala ka ng pera today, hindi mo na alam kung paano kakain bukas, trust that something good will happen to you and that kahit paano you'll find a way.
Right.
So yeah, it's a state
Okay.
of mind, tama ka.
So yung ano ko no, of course I'm fond of watching beauty pageants ganyan. And I've already prepared the final Q&A. Q&A question that I will ask the final 3 or final 5 ano. And I'd like to ask that to you because I've asked this to ano also no to the others kay Rabia at saka
Mhm.
kay Del. So mamaya naman si Pauline at saka si Billy. So the question is, if you were given 15 billion pesos right now, what will you do with it?
There would be a lot of things that I would do with it. One of the things would be to invest in a business because that's really one of my dreams. Another thing would be to put away some savings for my future because I'm only 24 and I know
Mm,
I have my whole life ahead of me and there's nothing more there's no smarter idea than to keep yourself secure. Na kahit
mhm.
anong mangyari sa'yo, alam mo meron kang savings. Another
Right.
thing is I would help out my family, my parents. You know, I have two younger brothers who are still going to school. If I could pitch in for their tuition fee, if I could help out with any of that, that's what I would do with it. Um, aside from that, it's a lot of money. I don't know what else I would do with it. Maybe I would put some into an organization, also a charity that I could help out with. But
Right.
one thing is for sure, I will not rush to spend
Uh-huh.
it. I will take
Yeah.
my time. And I think
Uh,
this is important. In my 24 years, that's one thing I learned. Now, when you receive money, especially when it's big, don't be in
mm,
a rush to spend, to
right.
buy. Huwag kang
Yeah.
gumastos agad. Take your
Yeah.
time. Take it
Let
easy
the
and
emotion
think about it.
aside.
Yes, yes. Let the emotions subside and think about it first. Kung meron kang gustong ibili na, kunyari, outfit, tulugan mo muna. Sleep on it muna. And then the next day, kung gusto mo pa din, okay, go.
Right. Okay. So the minimalist frugal is saying you're a true beauty with a purpose. So greetings thou from Hong Kong. Ayan.
Thank
I
you.
already saw
Hello.
Pauline a while ago sa backstage, but sige, let's wait for her to come in because I'd like to do something na side by side kayong dalawa mamaya ako yung nasa gitna, no? But
Okay.
anyway, so if you were to address no my viewers right now, what would you advise them in terms of your advocacy?
Hello, guys. So I guess I would just, since we pretty much covered a lot today, I'd just give you a summary.
Mm,
For a lot of you that are, overseas workers, thank you, first and foremost, for everything that you do for our country, for your families, and for yourselves. Because what you are doing, the fact that you are abroad right now working hard, means that you are setting a good example for the youth, for those who are going to take over in a few years. So thank you for that. And I just want to personally say that make sure that despite all your hard work, you are taking care of yourselves because mental health is so important.
mm,
And just because you hear the word mental health, you automatically associate it with being mentally sick. It's not necessarily like that. You
yeah.
don't have to be diagnosed in order to need to take care of your mental health. Kailangan
Mm,
na natin we have to get rid of the stigma na
yeah.
baliw and all of those things. It's not, diba? It's we have to get rid of that thinking. We have to think that mental health is just as important as our physical health, and this is especially important pag nagtatrabaho tayo because it can get very stressful. You can get burnt out. And we don't want that kasi pag na-burn out ka, baka magkasakit ka or you might have to quit your job or the
Mm,
worst case scenario.
yeah.
So this is just a little reminder from me that
Mm,
to take care of yourself, take care of your mental health in everything that you do.
yeah.
And well, I guess on a financial state, just think before you spend. And I'm sure you guys are doing that now. It's just, maybe for the younger ones, if there are younger ones watching around my age, that's a good thing to think about before you shell out any money.
Okay, so thank you very much, Bella. So si Pauline is here with me right now. I'm bringing her in. Ayan. Hi, Pauline.
Hola!
Hi, Ben. Hi, Bella.
Ayan.
Hey!
Ayan. Sabi ko nga, I want to be in between two beauty queens because I am now declaring myself as the winner. Akin ang corona.
Wow.
Ayan. So thank you very much, Bella, and I hope to see you personally sometime, no? And let's talk more about mental advocacy. So I'll take you out of the studio and I'll focus on si Pauline.
Alright.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks for watching! Kung may kapamilya, kaibigan o kakilala kang tingin mo ay magiging interesado dito sa video, please share to them or tag them in the comments section. Siyempre, kung nagustuhan mo ang video, pusuan mo na ito. Subscribe ka na rin. As always, feel free to write your questions, comments, and opinions respectfully.